Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly review of my daughter's ABLE account. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience, and it's an investment/checking account for people with disabilities. And given my daughter does have a disability long term, her money makes sense to be in an ABLE account. Now, the way I leverage the ABLE account right now is 100% as an investment account. You can use it as a checking account to, again, pay for the daily expenses of the person with a disability. So their housing, food, transportation, education, literally anything that goes towards caring for that individual with a disability. But given that my daughter is 6 years old and I am still working full time, all of her expenses I cash flow from my W-2 paycheck. So all of the money that I'm putting towards her ABLE account is 100% invested for her future. It's not being leveraged right now for any day-to-day expenses, which is wonderful because I want this balance to grow as large as possible. Now, there are some stipulations on the ABLE account in the sense of the balance, for instance, cannot go more than 100,000 without it affecting, I believe it's the individual's like SSI payment. Anyway, I'm a long way off from that. Again, given my daughter is 6 years old, I wouldn't qualify for any sort of social security benefit, or she wouldn't, given I have a very high income. So this is more for like when she turns 18. Again, she's 6 years old and she doesn't have any income because of her limitations. But who knows, right? I have no idea how she will develop. So maybe when she's 18, she would be able to work in some capacity, even if it's just working an hour or two per week. I don't know. Or maybe intellectually, she will not be able to work at all. So it all depends on what happens in the future. But for now, as of today's date, I'm just continuing to invest in her ABLE account. Now, the ABLE account, the 2024 contribution limit was 18,000. I've already hit that because I did 529 rollover to our conversion to an ABLE account. It's not because I put in $18,000 into the account just in the year 2024. But as I was looking at the balance, so the balance is $37,965.38 now. This is a huge drop from what it was last week. The stock market, oh my gosh, it literally just like crashed. Like it literally crashed because last week this balance was over 39,000 and now like it's 37,000. So it dropped significantly, but because I've already maxed the contributions for 2024, I've already met it, I decided to start a sinking fund to get ahead of contributions for 2025 for the ABLE account. But as I was looking at the sinking fund, and we'll go through the details here, I thought, wait, why am I not adding the sinking fund balance to the current amount invested as the total amount or the total balance on the ABLE account? And yes, I understand it's not technically in the ABLE account, but that sinking fund is for the ABLE account, and it will 100% go towards the ABLE account in January of 2025 when I'm able to make direct contributions to the account again. So the balance that I was saying before in videos was just the balance on the ABLE account, but it was a bit misleading because, again, I had this sinking fund of $3,250. Long story short, going forward, starting with today's video, I'm going to add the sinking fund balance to the account balance as the total balance for her ABLE account. So with that, the balance on the ABLE account is $41,215.38. So that's the $37,965.38 balance here, plus the $3,250 balance in the sinking fund. All right, so let's talk more about the sinking fund. So I just told you about the balance. The next target amount for the sinking fund is 3,300. So that means I am 98% towards that balance. So I just need to put in another $50. I'm taking my time in terms of putting extra money into the Able account because I do have, or the Able sinking fund, because I have some other more aggressive investing goals that I really want to see if I can accomplish. But let's go ahead and look at the deposits for the past week. So on September 3rd, I put in $37. Then on September 6th, I put in $25. Later that day, I put in another 74 cents. That was to make the balance hold. And then later that day, I put in $4. And then on September 7th, I put in $20. So for the past week, I put in $86.74. So that was definitely like a higher amount for the week, because this is really just a sinking fund, and my original target was $500, but then it just kept on getting bumped up, and now we're at I was at $3,000 in terms of a target, but now I've exceeded $3,000. So I just want to make sure that for the goals that I've already accomplished, that I'm not putting too much extra money towards them, because I do have other goals that I've not yet accomplished, that I'm nowhere near accomplishing, that I really need to focus on. So that is that for the Able account. $41,000 feels good. It sounds good. And hopefully the stock market turns around, because wow, that first week in September, what a doozy. Like, it was just red. It was just all red, which was really scary. Okay, that is all I have for this week, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.